Let me tell you something real quick. Success is not what you've been told. It's not just money. It's not the big house, the shiny car, the private jet. That might be the result, but that's not the root. Real success is when you wake up with purpose, when you go to sleep with peace, and every hour in between, you're grinding with passion. You want to know what real success is? It's doing what you were called to do, not what's convenient. It's staying committed when you're tired, when you're broke, when you're lonely, when nobody claps for you, when nobody shares your post, when you feel like you're not making progress. That's real success when you keep moving anyway. Real success isn't about how much you have in your bank account. It's about how much you're pouring into your purpose. Too many people wake up chasing money without understanding why they're doing what they're doing. They follow a routine, not a mission. They go to work, not to grow, but to survive. But the ones who are really winning in life, they wake up with fire. They know what they're chasing. And it's not just cash. It's impact, it's growth, it's legacy. Because when you understand your purpose, the money may follow. But even if it doesn't, your soul is rich. That's the kind of success that doesn't shake when the market crashes or when the lights stop coming in. That's real. People confuse comfort with success. They think that if life is smooth and the bills are paid, they made it. But success isn't measured by how soft your pillow is or how new your car is. It's measured by whether or not you're living with meaning. Are you doing what you're meant to do? Are you waking up driven? Or are you dragging yourself out of bed because the world expects you to show up? You see, purpose gives pain a reason. Purpose gives struggle a name. When you're working on your calling, even your worst day feels better than someone else's best day in the wrong lane. Purpose over paychecks means you're choosing fulfillment over fame. Well, it means you're not chasing a quick win. You're building something that will outlive you. People who chase money burn out, but people who chase meaning burn bright. They're the ones who can keep grinding when things get hard because they're not driven by reward. They're driven by conviction. And that kind of drive can't be bought. It's earned. It's developed in silence. It's grown in the dark when no one is cheering and no one is watching. When you choose purpose, the sacrifices don't feel like law. Waking up early, staying up late, saying no to distractions. It's all worth it because you know what you're working for. And here's the truth. Purpose will take you places money never could. Purpose opens doors that talent alone won't. It builds relationships rooted in respect, not just transactions. It gives your work weight, your voice value, and your life direction. People notice when you're working from your soul and not just for your salary. They feel it. They're drawn to it. Success doesn't start when the cameras are rolling or when the crowd is clapping. It begins long before the world ever notices. It starts in silence, in the quiet hours when nobody is texting, calling, or asking how you're doing. It starts in those early mornings when the alarm goes off and every part of you wants to stay in bed, but you get up anyway. It's in the lonely nights when you choose work over comfort, discipline over distraction. That's where it's built. Success is born in the unseen, in the moment you show up with no audience, no praise, and no validation. If you only work hard when people are watching, you're not chasing success, you're chasing attention. The real ones, they grind in the dark. They don't need to post it to prove it. They don't need to broadcast their hustle because their results will do the talking. While others are busy showing off, they're busy showing up day after day. They put in the reps when it's hard, when it's boring, when it doesn't feel exciting. And that's what separates them from everyone else. They understand that greatness doesn't happen overnight. It happens in increments and consistency and invisible progress that doesn't feel like much at first. But over time, that hidden effort turns into something powerful. You see, the dark is where you find out what you're really made of. It's where you learn whether your goals are just talk or if you're actually willing to fight for them. In the dark, there's no applause, no trophy, no external reward. Just your voice telling you to keep going when everything in you wants to stop. That voice, that choice, that's what defines success. Most people quit because they think progress has to be visible. But the ones who win, they know progress is internal first. It's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. Before your results show up in the world, they show up in your habits, in your mindset, and how you respond when life punches you in the mouth. The dark teaches you patience. It teaches you resilience. It teaches you to rely on discipline instead of dopamine. And when you finally step into the light, when people finally notice your work, they'll call it talent or luck, but you'll know the truth. You'll know it was the hours nobody saw, the tears nobody wiped, the failures nobody heard about. That's what built the version of you that's now impossible to ignore. Success isn't some final destination you arrive at where everything is perfect and complete. It's not a finish line. It's a mindset you live with every single day. People get it twisted. They think success is something you reach, something you can point to and say, I made it. But the truth is, success is about how you carry yourself when no one is looking. It's the standard you set for your life, your work, your attitude, your effort. It's in how you respond to challenges, how you stay consistent when motivation fades, and how you keep going when the excitement is gone. Success lives in the discipline of your daily grind, not in the highlight reels. It's easy to chase success when things are going well, when people are supporting you, when doors are opening, when your energy is high. But the ones who actually see are the ones who keep showing up when the motivation disappears. Because motivation is a spark. It fades. But mindset, that's the fire that keeps burning. That's what gets you through the days when it feels like nothing's working. A real success mindset doesn't wait for the perfect move. It acts, it adjusts, it perseveres. This mindset isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about being better than who you were yesterday. It's about demanding more from yourself, even when no one is demanding anything from you. It's looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I won't let myself off easy today. It's refusing to settle, refusing to coast, refusing to accept average. So it separates the great from the good. Not talent, not luck, mindset, a decision to rise above your own excuses. Success isn't found in one big moment. It's built in the thousands of small moments you choose growth over comfort. It's how you handle adversity, how you bounce back from failure, how you respond when the plan falls apart. A real success mindset knows setbacks are part of the process, not the end of it. It takes ownership. It doesn't blame. It doesn't complain. It adjusts. It learns. It keeps moving forward with grit and purpose. People are out here waiting for conditions to be right, for timing to be perfect, for opportunities to fall into their lap. But the ones who live with a success mindset, they don't wait. They create. They don't hope. They hustle. They don't wish. Because they understand success isn't something you get. It's something you live. It's something the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Anyone who has ever achieved anything great has fallen, stumbled, and struggled along the way. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit is simple. Successful people get up one more time than they've been knocked down. They don't let failure define them. They don't let setbacks stop them. They understand that falling is inevitable, but staying down is a choice. When the world tells them a no, they hear or not yet. When the door closes, they don't walk away. They look for another way in. It's that relentless spirit, that refusal to give up, that creates real success. Every time you fall and get back up, you're building something inside of you that can't be taught. You're developing toughness, resilience, and courage. You're proving to yourself that you can take the hit and keep moving. And every time you rise, you get a little stronger, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, even emotionally. That strength becomes your foundation, your armor. It prepares you for the bigger challenges ahead. It teaches you that the pain won't kill you, that the failure isn't final, and that the journey is molding you into someone capable of handling what you've been asking for. Success isn't about how perfect you can be. It's about how persistent you're willing to be. It's about how many times you can get knocked down, embarrassed, rejected, and doubted, and still keep showing up with the same energy, the same hunger, the same belief. Most people fold after the first failure. They treat it like a stop sign instead of a detour. But those who truly succeed treat failure like a teacher. They study it, learn from it, adjust their strategy, and keep moving forward. They understand that every failure contains a lesson, and those lessons are the stepping stones to success. You can't build strength without resistance. You can't develop resilience without going through something. Failure forces you to look at your weaknesses, to confront your fears, and to sharpen your skills. And the more you face it, the less power it has over you. You stop fearing failure and start using it. You stop seeing it as something to avoid and start seeing it as a sign that you're trying, that you're pushing, that you're reaching for more. Because the only people who never fail are the ones who never try. When you embrace the process of falling and rising, failing and learning, stumbling and standing, you begin to understand what real growth looks like. It's messy, it's painful, and it's absolutely necessary. Real success doesn't come without sacrifice. You don't get to the top by doing what's easy, by staying comfortable, or by only working when it's convenient. If it were easy, everyone would do it. Everyone would be living their dream. But the truth is, most people aren't willing to pay the price. They want the results, but not the responsibilities above. They want the reward, but not the grind. But real success demands that you give something up. It demands time, it demands energy, and most of all, it demands discipline when you least feel like giving. There are going to be days when you're exhausted, when the world feels heavy, when nothing seems to be going your way, and you still have to show up. There are going to be nights when your friends are out partying, sleeping in, wasting time, and you're alone with your vision, pushing yourself to be better, doing the work that no one else sees. But those moments of sacrifice don't feel good. They feel lonely, painful, and often unrewarding. But that's the cost of greatness. That's the tax success charges up front before it ever gives you anything back. You have to be willing to say no to distraction, no to comfort, no to anything that pulls you away from what you say you want. You can't say you want success and then act like average. Oh, you can't have $1 million dream with a minimum wage work ethic. The two don't match. Success only shows up for those who make room for it in their lives, for those who are willing to cut out what doesn't serve their purpose, who are disciplined enough to stay locked in when everything around them is trying to pull them out. Sacrifice is proof of commitment. It's how you show the universe, your dream, and most importantly, yourself, that you're serious. Anybody can talk a big game. Anybody can dream. But not everybody can sacrifice for what they say they want. Not everyone is willing to get uncomfortable. Not everyone is willing to fail forward, to be misunderstood, to go without praise or results while still staying consistent. When you give something up now for what you want most, that's when success starts to shift in your direction. That's when you start to create separation from the crowd. Because most people quit when it gets hard. Most people walk away when the price gets too high. But the ones who stay, who sacrifice again and again, who keep showing up even when there's no visible payoff, those are the ones who win. Those are the ones who rise. Those are the ones success respects. Real success doesn't start with money, followers, or recognition. It starts within. Before you ever achieve anything on the outside, you have to win the battle inside. It's not about how things look, it's about how they are. Success begins when you decide that your character matters more than your image, that your values are stronger than your temptation, and that your integrity can't be sold for convenience. It starts the moment you choose to stop blaming the world for your circumstances. Take full responsibility for your growth. Because until you master yourself, nothing you build will last. Everything you try to create will crumble if the foundation inside you is weak. You got to know who you are before the pressure hits. You've got to be rooted in truth when life tries to pull you off course. The world will test your patience, your focus, your commitment, and your identity. If your success is only skin deep, that pressure will break you. But when it comes from deep within, when it's born from discipline, forged through struggle and anchored in purpose, it becomes unshakable. Nobody can take that from you. No failure can undo it. No storm can move it. That's the kind of success that lasts because it doesn't depend on applause. Too many people build their lives chasing validation. They work hard, not because they love what they do, but because they want to be seen. But the moment the likes fade, the cheers stop, or the recognition doesn't come, they fall apart. That's not success. That's dependency. Real success is internal. It's quiet confidence. It's knowing you're doing the right thing even when nobody is clapping. It's walking in purpose without needing praise. It's staying committed to your mission because it's who you are, not because someone's watching. When success lives inside you, you don't need motivation from the outside. You wake up and grind because it's in your DNA. You keep your promises to yourself. You move with discipline when no one's forcing you. You train your mind to focus. That's where strength is built. That's where resilience is born. Not in the spotlight, but in the unseen places where you choose to stay true to your values. People will see your growth and think you got lucky, but they won't see the years you spent working on yourself, fighting your own doubts, facing your own weaknesses, sharpening your mind. They won't see the internal battles you had to win before anything external could change. The truth is, the most successful people don't just build businesses or careers. They build themselves. They make it a priority to grow mentally, spiritually, and emotionally until who they are matches what they're trying to achieve. So now you know real success isn't out there, it's in here. It's not a moment you reach, it's a mindset you love. It's not something you're given, it's something you fight for every single day. And it doesn't come easy. It comes with sacrifice, with struggle, with silence. But it also comes with purpose, with power, with peace. You want to be great? Then build yourself before you build anything else. Grind when no one sees you. Show up when no one claps for you. Stay locked in when everything around you tries to pull you out. Because if you can stay hungry, if you can stay humble, if you can keep rising, nothing can stop you. Success isn't about what you have. It's about who you become. So become unstoppable, become unshakable, become undeniable. And when it's all said and done, they won't just see what you built, they'll see who you became to build it.